My name's Matt. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of my minivan camper.
Check it out.
One of the first things you might notice is my giant solar panel on top of my roof here. It's a 400 watt solar panel and it gives me all the energy that I need. I was experiencing a lot of wind turbulence at first, so I installed this nice air deflector that fits on there really nicely and deflects the air up and over and around the solar panel. And you might ask, well, why do I need 400 watts of solar? Well, I need 400 watts of solar so I can keep my EcoFlow charged, my air conditioner running, and my refrigerator running. So I got the bougie RV refrigerator back here. That's my dog Kona, he's my travel partner. So up front, I've removed the center console here so I can store my EcoFlow and have plenty of storage there. It's nice because it still kind of acts as a center console. You can put stuff on top of it. And the nice thing for the drivers up here is you got your USB ports and then your AC ports on the other side and the car adapter on the other side, which does run my cooler in the back. And once I hit the road, I usually plug in right there so my cord isn't a trip hazard. The only other thing I have up front that is not OEM is I have a under the seat subwoofer just for some added bass, and that's made by Kicker. So that adds some bass just as I travel around the country and helps me stay alert while I'm driving. What I love about the Town and Country and the Caravan is the stow and go option. So obviously I removed the seats, and so I have all of the storage on both sides for all kinds of stuff. So with the passenger seat all the way forward, you've got plenty of space back here. Obviously my dog, he's a standard poodle, he can ride back here. What's great about this side for my travel purposes is I have a little travel toilet in this space here, and then I usually pack my duffel bag with like my towel, swimsuit, shampoo, soap and stuff like that, so I can easily grab that and shower at like Planet Fitness. So yeah, like I said, with the seat all the way forward, you've got plenty of space to kind of get in, crawl around and move about. Once you're in here, you've got plenty of space to get in here. So this is the travel toilet that I was talking about. It collapses on itself. So at nighttime, what we do is we take it out and then we set it up just like that. So now that is as high as it goes, and we just kind of sit it in the corner over here. And once it's in bed mode, you got plenty of space to put it in bed mode. I just have it double, triple bagged, or usually triple bag it just in case we got a leak, and then I've got kitty litter in there, and then you can sit here and do your business. So pretty easy. And then when you're done, you just put the lid back on here and then eventually dump it out in the trash can. So on the inside here, we've got a couple hooks to just kind of hook our camelbacks to, kind of keep them upright. And then we'll usually hang our overnight bags, toothpaste, toothbrush, stuff like that. So the other nice thing about this setup is I've got this table here. So this table acts as a table for my air conditioner, and then also a table for like breakfast and food and stuff. So this folds out like that. And then you've got tabletop surface here so you can eat your breakfast and whatever. And down here, I made this leg that folds out. And so when I'm driving, traveling, I put that leg out, and that gives it a little bit of extra support so it doesn't tip over. The hinges that I have under here, I just got those at Menards. And then you just push on these while pulling down, and that disengages them to fold down. So as far as storage goes on this side, I mainly just put my tools and a first aid kit and stuff that I don't use very often because it's kind of a hassle to get underneath this section. So I've got a 6-gallon water tank here. And these are my intake and exhaust for my air conditioner, and I'll show you how to set that up here shortly. But basically, I'll remove that. If I do need to get underneath here, slide that over to the side, fold this leg in, and then in order to get in the side, you have to push this away a little bit, otherwise that hits it. And so you just push away a little bit, lift that up, and then this corner gets secured by a little bungee cord here, and it holds it up. So like I said, I normally just put my tools in here. I've got a first aid kit in there, some toilet paper, and then that's just held up by that little bungee cord. I built these 2 shelves here, and so I just got some utensils in here, forks, knives, and then normally put my toothpaste and toothbrush in there. This is another little feature that I built, and so when I'm sitting here, this also pulls out, and so I can enjoy, breakfast or dinner, lunch here as well while I'm sitting there on the couch. So obviously this is my air conditioner, but I'll show you the sink now. So when I want to use the sink, what I do is I just push this forward, slide that out of the way, engage the spout or spigot, and then I use the water. So like I said, it's hooked to a 6-gallon tank there, and then it just drains into this 1-gallon tank. It's just a engine coolant tank. I removed the label, and it fits fits in there nice and secure with a bungee cord. This is actually made out of a bread pan. So all I did was measure this out, cut a hole, and then underneath here I lined it with some like rubber foam so it doesn't rattle, and so then it presses in there pretty secure. I just drilled a hole in there, and then I depressed the metal with some pliers, and so that drain sits down into the surface a little bit better, and then drains a little bit better. And then on the underside here, I've got a paper towel holder just mounted on that leg there, and so that works out pretty well. I forgot to add this. So this is where I keep my hand soap. So the hand soap just sits on this ledge and strapped on by those bungee cords, so I can use my hand soap here, wash my hands, dry them off, and then throw away. When I was designing this setup, I needed this drain to be able to rest, or I guess be over a sink, and so I needed something rectangular or square in shape based on the way this is all shaped. So this works out well at night. This drains into the sink and then drains into the container here, and then I just dump it out the next day. Now for the couch. So the couch, which Kona is ever so graciously demonstrating for us, this is couch mode, and so as you get in here, you can sit on it like a couch or a chair, and underneath on both sides I've installed these drawers that pull out pretty far. They go the depth of this couch, and so they go even further back there. So this is where I store all my food, just like that. And then without these latches, when you hit the brakes, they will fly open, which is kind of annoying. So this side doesn't open up as far. It hits that leg. You can fold that leg in, it'll open up a little bit further. And if you need even more further, more space, you can obviously lift that up and go any further. But for the most part, that's all the further you need to open it up. And that goes back the same depth. This side's wider, so I put all my clothes in here, and that's got plenty of storage for me for my clothes. For my padding, I've kind of monkeyed around with different options here, and I finally settled on what I've got. So I have about 3/4 inch thick carpet padding first, and then I've got, I think it's 3-inch memory foam, and then 2-inch high density foam on top of that. and that is a pretty good combo. It's very, very comfortable. So that's what I went with. And then on the back, I've got the carpet padding as well. So on the sides here, you just have your OEM storage compartments. So normally put my contact solution, glasses, earplugs and stuff like that over here. These are also OEM, so those fold up like that. They don't block the sun, but it does make it a little bit more private. So at nighttime, I usually pull those up on all 4 rear windows. The other reason I wanted this van in particular, it's got the DVD system. So I got a screen here and a screen here. This one's harder to see in couch mode, but when you're in bed mode, this one's awesome. It even angles back a little further, so that one works great for bed mode, and that one works great for couch mode. All right, so I think it's gonna be a little easier to show you bed mode from the other side, so I'll walk over there. So what you do is, it's kind of funky here because of the way the bed is. I pull this forward a little bit and then just slide this back, and then this folds down just like that. And then I just go ahead and slide this forward. And so that's bed mode. Very, very simple and fast and easy. One person can do it. It's very sturdy. I can sit on this end with no problems at all. So bed mode lines up basically to the edge of this table, a little bit underneath. So when I do sleep here, my feet go underneath here. Every now and then it kind of bumps that, but it's okay. So yeah, as you can see, I measured it perfectly, so it goes right up against this ledge here, so you can actually still use this if you wanted to. I don't know why you would, but you could. But yeah, then once you're on this side, we always put the seat all the way forward, and then the toilet would sit there, and you've got a little bit of space right here, and then you've got almost a full-size bed. The cool thing about this, you can have it bed mode or couch mode and still get in the back here. So this just lifts up. I've got a leg that folds up here and a leg that folds up here. And you've got all this space down here. So with that space, you've got all kinds of storage on this side, which is phenomenal. I've got a motion light up here, and then obviously my bougie RV refrigerator. And that holds all my produce and stuff, and it works extremely well. On the back here, you can see that I have it mounted. On the back here, you can see that I've got these J hooks there and those bolts that go, and that's hooked down to the OEM bolt down there, and same thing on that side. And then I've got my lights in each drawer, and then back here. So back here, it could be a suitcase, it could be a tote. I've traveled both ways. You could just store, just all kinds of stuff. I've stored beach chairs back here. You got a little storage bin back here. So this is just where my sleeping bag case goes. And then those legs just rest on these little screws that I've got on each side. As far as my bedding goes, that all just kind of hangs out back here while I'm traveling. You don't see it at all in couch mode. And then in bed mode, the pillow just kind of stays here, and flop out your sleeping bag, or you can do blankets and stuff, and yeah, you've got plenty of space. It's tight space for 2 people, but it works out pretty well for a minivan. So to get it back into couch mode, it's just the opposite. Slide that back a little bit, lift this up, and then you can slide this forward, and we're back in couch mode. Very easy. So in the back of here, I've got more padding, the same padding that I have as the bed, and it's just kind of strapped with some shoestring. So it's not amazing technology, but it works, and it's been working well for me. All right, so then I'm gonna show you how I set up the air conditioner. So when it comes to the air conditioner, there's a few steps you gotta do. So first of all, I get out my window apparatus here that I made just out of coroplast, and then we gotta lower this window down. Once that window is lowered, we put this piece in here. shut the window, and as we lower it or raise it up a little bit, just kind of pull it down like that, and that's it. It clamps it in there nice and tight. So once that's clamped in there, what we can do now is grab the exhaust and intake. You gotta rotate the AC unit just a little bit because of the water faucet. Clamp that into place. Kind of let these hang out up here. Push this back a little bit because you don't need it. All we need is that drain spout just over the sink edge. Close the doors. And then you can just fish your hand in here, grab those. And then I usually will kind of angle them down a little bit and away from each other. And so if it does happen to rain, it's gonna rain and drop over those intake and exhaust. So yeah, that's it as far as that goes. What I like about that is it still gives me a sense of security. If you walk by here, this just looks like a black window still, especially at nighttime. And I pretty much only run this at night. The other thing I do on the front windows is these window covers on. They're not amazing as far as full coverage, but it gives you some coverage. So I just drape that on just like that. So it gives you a little bit of extra privacy and coverage as far as the front windows go, which is better than nothing. So now when you're inside, this is what it looks like from inside. I've got that drain spigot just over the edge of the sink, and we can turn it on. And this is pretty nice because then you can, you know, kind of aim it however direction do you want. Based on, you know, how you're sleeping and stuff. I just adjust it up here, so I can turn it on high, and it's on rocket mode, and then you can see down here how long it would last. So it's ramping up the wattage right now. I think it pulls around 200 watts on rocket mode, which is the highest setting that it has. Eco mode or sleep mode, I think it pulls right around 100 watts. So we'll see what happens here once it fully ramps up. But I mean, it's already blown cool air out. This is a lifesaver right here. I don't think I would car camp without this. It's phenomenal at nighttime. It's wonderful. And so then once it starts getting light in the morning, it'll start recharging your EcoFlow down there. It's awesome. It's a great setup. It's nice and cool. All right, I'm gonna turn that off. Thank you for taking a tour with me. This has been fun. I love this minivan. I think as far as an entry-level van life goes, the Dodge Grand Caravan and the Chrysler Town & Country is a phenomenal choice. It's got plenty of storage. You can have great ability to sleep at night. You can sleep with air conditioner running. It fits a 400-watt solar panel. Other than space, a shower, that's pretty much it. That I'm really lacking. I guess headspace, so you do kind of bump your head maybe occasionally, but I love this minivan. I would highly recommend anyone starting van life with a minivan. I paid $5,000 for this. It had 138,000 miles, and it's a 2011. I put some money into it, but nothing extraordinary, crazy breakdowns or anything. So I've had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy this. Hopefully you got some ideas from me. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and get out there and see the country. All right, I will fetch you later.